MrBeast says, over the last few days, I've become aware of serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. Isn't this crazy? I just said this 5 minutes ago. During that time, I've been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further action based on their findings. Bravo. I think what happened is people are starting to say, MrBeast, hey, MrBeast, there's a lot of weird videos of you online right now doing some really questionable things, MrBeast. And he's starting to get pulled into it, right? And now he's like, I got to take care of this. And MrBeast did it. It's commendable. I'm glad he did it. Like, look, maybe he doesn't mean it. Maybe he does. But I'm glad he did it. Oh, yes, good move, MrBeast. Oh my God, needs to be looked to at criminally also. I don't know about that. I mean, we're gonna look over the stuff that people have dug up on MrBeast, but a lot of it can be attributed to actual jokes. MrBeast, there's no evidence MrBeast ever messaged minors and was like weird and creepy. So, but there are some weird, questionable things out there that's on old streams that we're gonna look at. Yeah, money is stronger than friendship. Oh yeah, and also, maybe he doesn't want to be friends with somebody that's grooming minors and messaging minors. I don't think that's such a bad thing to believe. Cali Jose, what's up? So Satellite Chad says, you just know that MrBeast is chewing Chris out behind closed doors and all the shit Chris did to damage the brand. I would too. And I would freaking kick him off the dude. He would be gone so fast his head would spin. Look, it's a very sticky situation because here's the first thing. First things first. If MrBeast fires Kris Tyson when Kris Tyson first went through the trans deal, what's going to happen? Yeah, he's going to get canceled immediately for being transphobic, right? It doesn't matter if he had a wife and kids. No one fucking cares. Like, we care. Normal people care, but no one like that already wouldn't be angry are going to be angry. Right? So, for example, the people that support the transing deal don't give a fuck if you have a family. They don't care. Like, why would they care? They don't give a fuck. Trans, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. So I don't understand why it's like that was like such a talking point. He left his family. Yeah, of course he did. How can you be okay with this? Because the people that support it don't give a fuck about family. Like, their nuclear family is not a thing they give a shit about. They haven't. They are against the nuclear family. So MrBeast puts out the statement, and I'm very, very happy with this statement. I don't think you could have said it much better. Yeah, I agree, Vanessa. I agree. I completely agree. That's the issue, Vanessa, is anytime anybody says anything negative about it, it's like, how can you be transphobic? And it's like, no, I don't have a problem with trans people at all. This is about something entirely different. This is not about that. And then like Pokimane came out and made a statement because I guess these giant streamers feel like they have to make a statement or because they're like journalists. I don't fucking know. And they're like, this is bad behavior, but don't let it change how you feel about trans people. And I'm like, no one's talking about trans people. What the fuck are you doing? You don't have to make something devastating be a defense on trans people. It should be an attack on an individual, not trans people. I said 20 minutes ago, MrBeast needs to go on Twitter right now and say he's disgusted. And look at that. Isn't that a winky dink right there? So MrBeast says, over the last few days, I've become aware of serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. Good on you for saying that. You have to say this, And MrBeast also said they're focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. Good choice. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. And what that means is further actions is like a stopping of payment or stuff like that. It's not going to be like bringing them back, you know? So it sounds like lawyers speak. Well, yeah, it has to be. Like, this is what you have to say. This is the only acceptable response ever. It's irrelevant if it's lawyers. How's it a bad statement, Ben? What do you say, Ben? Like, what do you say? Like, give me an example of a good statement. I think this is a great statement. He denounced everything. He said he's disgusted, and he says he does not condone or support any of the action. That's the only thing you can say, I feel like. What else can you say there? Dr. Disrespect was like, yeah, I talked to a kid. Yeah, I was sexual. What's up? That was not a good statement. Granted, I think he was afraid the DMs are going to get leaked and you were going to see all the gross stuff he was saying, so it didn't really matter, you know? So he got a huge ass coming. He's got to be careful. He did the right thing by being careful. Yeah, and also, like, you got to understand, and I'm sure you do understand, you're not, everybody in here is smart people, relatively speaking. You got to understand, man, that MrBeast is a guy, but MrBeast has the largest YouTube channel on the planet. There are hundreds of millions of dollars invested and flowing through, in, out, and all around this YouTube channel and every single partnership and business that he owns connected to it. You know? You can't say something negatively about trans people. Because, and I'm like, most of us aren't naive. You just can't, regardless of what you mean. It's an impact versus intent thing. You can't say anything, especially not MrBeast. Right? Even if you don't mean a thing, companies hold you accountable versus your impact, not your intent. Does not matter what you say. If it can be construed as something else that's hurtful to whatever demographic, then they can take action. MrBeast has to be very careful what he says here, and I think he did a great thing. Carnell says people are mad that he was covering for Chris in the first place and didn't want to say something as soon as the mob wanted him to. Yeah, sure. But then again, it wasn't until yesterday, I think, where we had all the facts. And keep in mind, this happened like 2 days ago. So MrBeast getting accused of things too. I think that probably was a catalyst because MrBeast started slowly getting accused of shit. And there is a bunch of videos that I'm going to play for you so you guys can get a good a good feel for what's going on. Krabby says it doesn't feel authentic. He needs to throw in something he would normally say. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But also, it has to be like a lawyer wrote this, obviously. Obviously. They have to. And the issue is there's too much money in, around, and on top of this. You think $1 million is a lot of money? I do. That would change my life. If somebody was like, hey, Cody, I know you're racing and I have $100 million and I don't need this money. Here's $1 million. That would change my life. I'd be able to win some races maybe. For MrBeast, that is less than 27 cents to me because MrBeast has hundreds of millions of dollars. And all of these hundreds of millions of dollars, regardless of if you think he cares about money or he doesn't because he gives it all away, bro, come on. If he didn't care about money, he wouldn't have money. Then you have to get lawyers speak on this shit. There cannot be a single word out of line in this statement, or else he will be cannibalized. Keep in mind, everything that's said here has to be approved thoroughly, because Ava Kris Tyson can snap back with a lawsuit. That's the issue. I think we get lost in the internet version of everything. You know? So, yeah, you know how it is.